You're not recording, actually.
Oh, there
Now
it is.
you are.
Recording in progress. Do I have your permission to record your video and the audio?
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Wait, does that count as an official yes? Since Eric said sure.
You have to
why
actually
not?
hit got it. You have to click on got it and agree.
Yeah, I clicked on got it.
Oh,
This is, yeah. I'll agree this time.
wait. So you were saying how many days did you experience COVID, Dunzio?
It wasn't that bad this time. I mean, I think I started feeling it like on a Friday night because I noticed my voice felt different. And then by Sunday, I was getting a sore throat. And then I called the allergist on Monday. And then Tuesday, they said, go get COVID tested before you can come in. And when I was COVID tested, I was positive. And then it lasted, it took literally from Tuesday through to the following Tuesday to get a negative PCR test. Now the PCR test is more, it tells you more if you have COVID in your system rather than you're contagious. The antigen test, which is this one, tells you whether or not you're contagious.
What was it like? Like, did you feel sick?
It was a bad summer cold, but that's what it felt like. It just felt like it was a bad summer cold. And the two times I've had COVID, this year and last year I got it in May. This year I got it in August. So yeah. I feel that, yeah, I just feel that, you know, it's something that thrives in the summer more than in the winter.
Yeah. What
At
about
least
you?
For me.
What about you, Eric?
Are we talking about COVID right now?
Yeah.
As far as I know, I've never gotten COVID, but I may have gotten it and I was asymptomatic. That's a possibility, but I have not been sick since before the pandemic. Like no cold symptoms, flu symptoms, or anything like that. So yeah,
No sore throat?
no sore throat. I managed to dodge all that throughout this time. Like during 2020, 2021, I was very cautious. And latter half of 2021 and 2022, I've been out and about. I've been back to the gym. I've been back to work. But I have managed to not get sick during that time.
Do you wear a mask when you're out?
I no longer do. I held out for a long time. Like I continued to wear a mask for a long time, but when they dropped the mask requirement at my work, which I work in food service, I just stopped wearing it everywhere else. Also at the gym, when they stopped requiring it at the gym, I stopped there too. Like I was definitely willing to do it as long as required. Like I had no problem with it. Like I was definitely not an anti-masker. But I was willing to do it. But when the requirement was dropped, I was still cautious, but I stopped wearing it.
Yeah, I didn't even go to the gym while they required a mask because I wasn't gonna get on a treadmill and run with a mask on.
Mm-hmm.
Just was, no, I didn't want to breathe my own carbon dioxide.
Yeah, very uncomfortable doing cardio work with a mask. That was definitely uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'd rather just be outside, go on a hike or something. Yeah,
that's what I did. I'd go for a walk outside, but I wouldn't go in the gym. And then I don't know if, yeah, the mask was still required, but I could go to the gym and go swimming. So I would go swimming in the pool at the gym at LA Fitness, and they obviously didn't require a mask when you're in the pool. So that's what I started doing for cardio. I was doing that like last fall when they still required the mask.
I see. Yeah, me at the gym, I'm more into weights and lifting and stuff like that. So my cardio was mostly outdoors. Like I'd rarely do cardio indoors. I just mostly go hike. I'm not a runner either. I just like to hike. But when I would go indoors for the gym, it would just be to do weights. So it's been interesting. Like right now, I'm selling off my pandemic home gym. Like I had all this stuff in my house that I was using during the pandemic to lift here at home because all the gyms were closed. But now that the gyms are back open, I'm able to sell all my stuff.
Do you get any good money for it? Because it would
I
seem
mean,
everybody's doing the same.
I think that I'm like, I bought stuff at about $2.25 a pound. I'm selling it at $1 a pound now. So I'm definitely losing money.
My dad was friends with Arthur Jones. When I was growing up, he knew the man.
Oh, wow.
And he developed Nautilus. That was his
Mhm.
company. So, but, you know, they do say, I mean, I had an orthopedic surgeon that said it's much better to lift free weights than it ever is to use a machine.
Mhm.
It's just better for your body because I think the reason is because you learn the ability to stabilize the weight. So you
Yeah.
use different muscles if you have to stabilize rather than if you just push and it's stabilized for you.
How do I say this? Just getting the weight in place takes a lot less effort. Like say I'm so for example, I dumbbell bench press 110-pound dumbbells. So in order to get them up, I have to kick them up with my knees, and there's
Right,
always
that's
a chance
exactly what you do.
there's always a chance that I'm gonna wobble and I'm gonna fall or whatever. And I actually did that, and I pulled my groin late last year, which is not good. But if I was on the machine, I could do that weight and more. Yes, there's less of the stabilization going because a lot of that's done for you. But at the same time, I can push more weight with less risk of injury. So there's give and take. There's advantages and disadvantages for sure.
No, yeah, you're right. I mean, I use machines for legs. Even if you're putting weights on them, you know, I just use it's just like the Cybex machine at LA Fitness. It's just, you have to use something, I guess. I'm not going to advise a way for me to do free weights with my legs.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I mean, I've used machines for my legs since I was in high school.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you fine. And I do like using the machines for like lats, like lat pull down.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And there's another machine that's there that literally I just sit on the ground. I throw a 45-pound weight in front of it. It's like the pulley ones that you can usually use and pull up towards you this way. You know, there's like one on each end and you can pull them straight up or whatever you're going to do, pull them this way. So I just throw a 45 on the ground to push my feet out. And then I put like, I guess, 2 handles on the pulley and I just pull straight back like that. Because it works my low back. It works my lats, but it allows me to stabilize them. So I'm not going to injure myself because I can just freeze the rest of my body.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
it helps you
that
focus
works
on
for
just
me.
that one part. That's cool.
Yeah.
How much
And then,
do
you know,
weigh?
triceps, I do like a single weight, but I also use the tricep machine like this. I also use the pulley system.
That's cool.
Because like you said, there really is less that you can injure yourself with if you're just pushing straight down.
Testing.
Yeah, we're here, Jorge.
I'll see you, Jorge.
We're just talking about our weightlifting experiences.
I hear you. Jorge, do you want to say hi to Cleto?
Oh. Cleto. Yo.
No.
Hey,
Yeah,
can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Bro, he's saying that because I told him that I had to like get back to you, bro, because I've been out of it, man, and I haven't responded to your.
Oh, don't worry about it, man. It's only been 2 years.
Nah, bro, I don't let that go, bro. Like, anyways, bro, like,
Yeah, I think I even forgot what I texted you. That's how long it has been.
it was the what's that company called? Primerica.
Oh, well, yes. You know what? I can actually go on my phone. I'm not trying to put you on the spot. I'm literally.
Bro, put me on the spot.
I literally forgot. Yo, bro. Hey, what do you think about Primerica? Oh, this is in June 14. That's June, July, August. It's been 90 days.
Hey, just so you know, bro, like I don't forget about these things, but I just like
Now you've been busy with your dad and mom, man. Totally get it.
doctors are cool. They've saved the lives of my mom and my dad a couple of times, but at the same time, like Western medicine just wants to throw more drugs at it. And the reason why she has a liver problem is because of all the drugs she's been taking over the years. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
So-
Western medicine, you have to understand doctors get a kickback from pharmacists.
Oh,
from,
I
drug
understand
companies.
that. I understand that. I totally understand
The
that.
more
Well, you really think
prescriptions
so?
they write, the more money they get.
Yeah,
What-
of course.
How
of
much
course.
money do you think they get?
Yeah. And so from taking one medicine 10 milligrams 3 times a day to taking one medicine 20 milligrams 2 times a day, they get an upkick on it. And that's what happened. And she got confused and she took 2 of the new ones twice. So she took 40 at a time. So her blood pressure went up to 190 and I didn't want to take her to the hospital, but it was almost like that, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, because his doctor just wanted to make more money, and it's just like, if I would have been at the doctor's appointment, I would have been like, why are you upping this medication for? You know what I'm saying?
It was $150 a month for, let's see, when I retired, which had to be 63, I was going to get $150,000. I was like, what? So I wanted to ask you. See
Did
what
you
thought
add
about
it?
that.
Did you add up all the payments and see how much that would equal?
Yeah, it was about 23 some $1,000.
And then
Yeah.
you were gonna get 150 when you turn 63.
Yeah, out the door, guaranteed. No,
How long has the company been in business?
Primerica.
Yeah.
Oh, they've been around, I think, since the 80s.
You know, you always have to read the fine print because you don't know what that fine print says. It could say unless the market goes down, it could be a guarantee unless we go into a stock market slump.
Well, this is what I always say, Jorge, like, that is like not a life insurance policy. That's something else. And there's different tools. Like one tool isn't gonna fix everything. You need different tools. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not like one or the other, bro. It's like, but Primerica has been like since I first started. The one knock I have on them is like they'll really knock life insurance when it's like life insurance and investments are 2 different things. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of like your savings account. You got to have enough savings, and then you have money that you can gamble with, right? You have money that you can like play with, and if you lose it, you're still going to be okay. You know what I'm saying? Or no? Let's say every month you save $100, but you know that $100 you're not going to lose it. And let's say you have $50 every month to invest in something that you might win or you might lose. You know what I'm saying? But that $50 and that $100 are 2 different things. So life insurance is a very safe thing. Whole life, you know, is a very safe thing. And so it's like putting money in the bank. Now, if you want to invest some extra money into what you're doing, cool. And you should, but you should never compare them and say, oh, well, that's only giving you 4% where I can give you 7%, because that just comes with more risk. You know, do you know what I'm saying? So what I'm kind of saying is you should have both, but you should have enough of both, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, but Primerica, but you can do what they're offering you to do with someone a little more reputable. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, is that right?
They're a little shady. I would never do business with Primerica, even though the same type of product I would buy, but from someone else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
So-
I just feel that there's some fine print in there that's going to possibly screw you. So you better really look at it.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
one can guarantee what the market is going to do. No one can guarantee what the market is going to do. So for them to say, "Oh, we guarantee you're going to have this much," yeah, that's not true.
Yeah. Anyways, I didn't do it.
That say, hey, we're going to guarantee you're going to make so much percentage on your money, 6%. And Bernie Murdoch, whatever his name was, he
Murdoch?
guaranteed it. Yeah, he guaranteed everybody 12%, which was fine and dandy, and they were getting 12% until he couldn't make any money anymore. Then basically he's bankrupt. So each one of these companies could go bankrupt with your money, and then you get nothing. Yeah, they can guarantee it, but once they go bankrupt, it's like getting nothing. I can't tell you how many stocks I owned, and I thought, okay, they'll be there. We're never going to lose General Motors. We're never going to lose Kmart. We're never going to lose Sears. They're like staples in American, you know, the economy. But all they have to do is declare Chapter 7. Once they declare Chapter 7, your stock is worthless, and they issue new stock, and you get nothing for your stock, and they stay in business. Most investors don't realize that concept, that they can declare bankruptcy, stay in business, issue new stock, and you get zip, nothing, nieda. It's kind of like when General Motors declared bankruptcy and then they moved to Mexico.
Wow.
So not only did they get all this money from the Biden administration when they did this, but then they just put a bunch of people out of work.
That's messed up, dude.
Yeah, and then your tax dollars and my tax dollars paid for that. And if you own stock in General Motors, you lost it all. So it's really messed up. And, you know, people don't want to talk about that, but I think the government's just flat out corrupt. They just aid in all this stuff. Of course, we're not going to let General Motors go bankrupt, but then we let them leave the country, which is, like you said, messed up.
Wow. Anyways,
Anyways,
what did you say? What do you have, Nuzio,
For what?
for
Pension?
yeah, or retirement?
DGA. I
Oh,
just have
DGA.
DGA. Money I paid into the DGA when I work. That I'll get in a pension one day.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know, so yeah, so that's basically it. I mean, I'd like to make money in the interim, but right now, that's what it is. Sometimes being an artist isn't the smartest move in life.
you don't have you don't have what do they call it? Chronic coin investment?
Who?
Chronic coin investment? You don't have chronic coin investment?
Not right now.
Or
I don't have any.
Bitcoin?
I don't have.
Oh,
Any,
yeah.
I don't have any Bitcoin. I don't believe in it. I've had friends that try to get me in. I mean, I can pick markets. And a friend of mine came to me back in 2017 when he had bought Bitcoin at like $20,000. He bought it then. And I looked at the chart and he said, I just bought $10,000 of this. I looked at the chart. I said, what, did your order go through? He said, no, I just bought it. I says, cancel your order right now. Just cancel. He said, why? Because you just hit a market top. I said, we're at the top of Bitcoin for this turn for right now. And unless you want to sit through it as it goes down, that's exactly what it's going to do. He didn't believe me. And it lost half its value at that point. It maybe went down to 5,000 and that afterwards. He sold it at 10,000, lost half his money. And then I had friends that were riding high. You know, you get all of these girls from, let's just say, other countries that pretend they live in Los Angeles, but they live, let's just say, in the Far East. And they tell you that, you know, they want to teach you how to invest in crypto, like was it Ethereum and Bitcoin? I go, no, I'm good. I'm good. And I look at the chart again. I go, oh, parabolic move, market topped. This isn't going any higher. It's only going to come down. This was like in April of 2021. I said, no, I'm good. had one girl say, well, if you don't feel you can just trust me and invest with me, I said, I don't trust anyone any further than I could throw them. And you're not in here. So being that you're not here right now, and they pretend like first they live in Los Angeles, and then all of a sudden they're living in New York, or they're living in Miami, they live anywhere, oh, their aunt needs some help. So they're dealing with their aunt, or this, that, the other, or they got to go back to Singapore because they have a child over there. And then they start sending you all these glamorous pictures. The best one is all the Ferraris they send you. They send you all of their Ferraris. I just like laugh at them. So I send them a picture of my vet, and I call it my little American race car. So anyway, and right now there's like this Blackstone group. They somehow found me, and they send me all these crypto messages on Telegram, and they're trying to get people to go into crypto. I don't care. You know what? I'm not. I've learned my lesson when it comes to catching falling knives. I did that before, and crypto is in a downturn. That's what it's in. I think Bitcoin topped around 65,000, and it's now around 20,000. And then my friends go, oh, we're in it for the long term. I said, what's your exit strategy? When they say they're making money, I said, when are you going to sell? No, we don't have one. We're just in for the long term. That's how everybody loses their ass. You can't be in the long term, because there's no such thing in the long term if you get destroyed in the short term.
Yeah.
Right now, everybody's in real estate. Do you realize that people are buying houses just to rent them on Airbnb? That's all they're buying them for, just to rent them, not that they need them. And that drove up the price of the houses. They're only going to come down, especially in California, because everybody here thinks it's time to go find a new state to live in. The precious metals of our time are oil. And that's what they are. And if you think about it, crypto is actually part of the stock market because it follows the market to a T. So back when the market went through the greatest bear market since the Great Depression between 2000 and 2002, those exact things happened. The market rose, crashed. Then the housing market rose, crashed. And then precious metals rose and crashed, all in that order. And gold rose in a crash. Gold used to be $2,000 an ounce back in like 2011, 2013, somewhere in that period. So we're just in that, we're in that phase right now. I think the markets have topped for a little while. I don't think they'll come down as violently as they did in the year 2000, which was an equivalent of the Great Depression, where the NASDAQ lost 80% of its value over a 3-year period. It went from $5,000 when Clinton was in office, and it was down 40% by the time Bush took office. And then it just continued to decline during the whole Bush administration till it hit 1,000. And everyone said, "Oh yeah, that's because this is like the NASDAQ doesn't count. It's not the real market. You got to count the Dow." But most investors don't realize the Dow stocks are weighted. So on the way up, you have a much higher rating as it goes up. But on the way down, the rating is maybe a quarter to half the rating of the way up. So if it goes up to like 5,000 and down to 2,500, that's really huge. It's not the same as it going from 25 to 5,000, just because of the weighting of the system. So most people just don't get that the NASDAQ was the technology of our time, where the Dow was the technology in the Great Depression, because the leading technology stocks in that time were like radio, the automobile, where the leading technology of our time is like the computer and the internet. So when you analyze it, the Dow is really the equivalent of the NASDAQ. It's the equivalent of the old Dow from back, because the Dow back in the Great Depression went from 400 to 100. And yes, it's now like 33 or 32,000 right now. But like I said, those numbers are all inflated. They're not real. So my whole point of the market, and I know I could do a TV show on this, but my whole point of the market is it's nothing other than master manipulation of the banks. because the people that run the economy in the US are not the president, it's not the governors, not the senators, not you or me. It's the financial institutions. I have a saying that the SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission, is the mafia. And the Federal Reserve Chairman is the godfather. And it's their way or the highway. They just run everything. I mean, there's a saying, 3 interest rate hikes and the market's going to come down. And I just got through telling this to so many people. No, they didn't listen. And of course, the market came down. The NASDAQ topped at 16,000 almost a year ago. It was in October or November of last year. Now it's around 11,000. So unfortunately, there's a lot of people in a lot of pain because of what's going on. But that's exactly what's going on. It's just these guys run the market. And the Federal Reserve Chairman talked about inflation roaring its ugly head. And he's right, it has. But what nobody also wants to accept, that we have the inflation we do, not because of COVID, not because of supply chain issues, that we don't have enough of any particular item. It's all corporate greed. They've decided they want to make more money. That's all it is. So the only thing we can do as consumers is treat them accordingly. Like I always go to Ralph's to buy stuff. And I finally said, okay, guys, sorry, but I know you guys don't have any yogurt, you're telling me, but I can see it in the back over there. You just won't go get it. So I'm now going to go to Vons. And while I'm there, I'm going to go buy some other stuff. And I normally don't go to Vons, but maybe you'll understand that I went somewhere else because you guys are playing a game. So that's why I tell you, when they say they're going to guarantee you're going to make that money, I go, whoa, hold on, go read the fine print. Tell me exactly what it really says. And like I said, the best thing they could do is just declare bankruptcy, take all the money and run.
I was on mute. Cleta was telling me things here from the sidelines. He has some opinions on what was just said.
Oh,
You
Well,
want to share,
he's
those,
welcome
you
to
want to
talk.
share those opinions?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Yeah,
Let's swap out.
yeah, share your opinion.
Oh, I was just being funny, and like one of the things that I've had the hardest time, this is day trading. This isn't like buying a stock and holding it for like a month or a week or even a couple of
Right.
days. This is like waking
Holding
up
it for the
every
day.
Huh?
Holding it for the day.
Yeah, this is
Because day
waking
traders
up.
still want to be on overnight because they don't want to get destroyed by analyst news overnight
Yeah,
or the overnight markets.
bro, my biggest problem is being alert and awake at 6 a.m. in the morning. Like,
You got to be up even earlier. The
yeah,
market
like
opens at 6:30.
like,
So you
I
got to be
can
up at
wait-
4:30.
I can wake up at that time, but I'm just out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like my emotions aren't where they need to be for me to be productive at that time. But I understand it. Like my brain understands it. I'll get in the stock as it's moving up, but I make 5, 6, 7, 8 points and I sell. But once it's going down, I'm like, oh, it's gonna pop back up. So it's the classic, you hold your losers too long and you cut your winners too short. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But this is
that's
day
true.
trading. This isn't swing trading. This is like, and it's like with day trading, it goes up. You gotta have enough nerve to not cut it. Let it ride. But once it turns on you, you gotta cut your losers real quick. You can't hold them and then expect for them to come back up. You know, I can't even explain it, but I
No, I
just
know. I've been
chuckling.
there. It's called hold and hope.
Yeah, I was just chuckling at you. What you were saying, that like just holding and hoping that it's gonna come back up when it's not. When the savvy investors are gonna just cut it. You know what I'm saying? And
When I
jump
made the
in.
most money in the market, I had a rule. If I lost 8%, I was out. That was my trade rule. Lose 8%, sell the stock. Even if it turns around. And that saved me once. I once bought Amazon in the year when I first got in the market, 2000. at $200 a share. And I sold it at like, maybe it was a little above 200. I sold it at 190. I said, that's it. This is not acting like I expect it to act. Get out. It went down to $5. Yeah, I know where it is today. I could have bought it at $5 back then, but I had so many other stocks that I had done that with, you know, where I bought like PMC Sierra at $55 and it went to $255 in 4 months. I didn't sell it. Somebody said to me, oh no, you never want to sell that stock. Even though I wanted to, I listened to them. And I wrote it all the way down to $2.55. If you're going to day trade, I only can lose this much money. If you're going to trade at all, you only can lose this much money, and just stay with that rule. And it's really hard because if I enter the market again, I'm going to go ahead and say, screw all the stocks, and I would trade an ETF that does 3 times the market, because no analyst will kill me overnight that way, because there's going to be 100 or 500 stocks in this little bundle of stocks that really mimic, say, the market. But at least I know when I do it, I'll grab a bottom and then I'll ride it. I did this once before, but I actually shorted the market several years ago. And I made like $2,000 on an $8,000 investment in a week. And I sold, and I knew the next thing to do was to go long, not short.
Yeah.
But I was taking my friend to the airport, and because I couldn't get in at the absolute bottom, which I saw because I wasn't home, I just didn't get in at all. And then the market went up 3 times, and I would have made maybe 10 times on my money. But I was just being hard-headed, and I said, no, I just don't want to lose any money.
But
and my
see,
dad said,
but see,
Nunzio, you're an artist. Don't waste your life trading stocks.
but you're see, it's not being smart enough to know where the market's going to go. It's being emotionally strong enough to make the decisions at the right time. Like the other day I got in a stock and I knew, like, I didn't even mean to press the buy button. I was just hovering over it. And I was like, oh no, it's too high. It's too high. It kept going up. I can't get in. I missed it. And then I got in. And once I even got in by accident. I think I actually pressed it. But my brain told me, bro, you need to get out right away. But I was like, oh, let me wait for the little push up to get out. You know what I'm saying? And the next thing you know, boom, it turns red. And then the next thing you know, it keeps going. And your mind just starts like, you're not.
Do you trade by moving averages, like the 10, 20, 50? Or do you trade by the 21-day exponential? I mean, because I have a rule of thumb when I was really doing this, and I don't have the time to do this, that I'd have up a 5-minute chart, I'd have up a 15-minute chart. And whenever the 5-minute chart, say when the 10 would cross the 20, I knew we were gonna have a little bit of a rally. So that would be the time that you could actually get in the stock. But if the market was like the 10 is gone through the 20 and now it's going to go through the 50, maybe I might have a little bit of a rebound, but it's really not good for the market.
It's not worth it to hope for the rebound.
Right.
It's not. It's like, get in as it's going up, take your 2, 3, 5 cents. But in order to do that, you got to have a big enough position. So it's kind of like you gotta control your emotions to have a big enough position to take the little up. This isn't day trading. This isn't swing trading or long-term investing. This is day trading. From what I've learned, it gets easier as you have a big enough position, but it takes more emotional fortitude to have those big positions, because you could easily lose a whole lot more money. But it's safer because 2, 3 cents up, boom, you're out, and you make enough money to cover your commissions, and you're making some money.
I mean, it's in my new series. It's gonna be in my new series, Beachwood Canyon.
Oh, you guys ready for raffle now?
Sure.
Okay, so I'm raffling a Taco Bell. Eric, you can join too if you want. But why don't you join on your phone, Eric, or whatever? Anyways, however you guys want to do it, if you can hear this.
I'm back.
All right. Oh, Clayton doesn't want to be part of the raffle? Coletta doesn't want to be part of the raffle or what?
He ran away. He's scared of raffles.
Well, he's gonna like this question. He's gonna have to guess this question. He's gonna like it.
Okay.
Anyways, Taco Bell, Starbucks, McDonald's, Panda. Oh, I think I know what news you is gonna get excited about, and unfortunately, I don't have it. But I think if I had any
Cinema?
Regal, yeah, any Regal. But I was gonna say if I had a Sprouts gift card.
Well, I gotta be honest with you. In the DGA, I get to see so many movies for free.
That's right.
So that's why we need to like make the project really make sure it's DGA, because you could do the same thing. Like in the whole Academy season, you could bring you and a guest to any screening on a Monday through Thursday night. For like 4 months at least, or 5 months. You can be going to the movies for free and at the DGA all year round.
That's right. Yeah. I know what's
That's why I
gonna
wanna
get
get
you
you in.
excited though. Look, see this.
Oh yeah, that's what I've
You need
been
one of those.
using right now.
Yeah. Need one of those. All right. Anyways, here's the question. Raffle time. You guys listening? American astronauts Neil Armstrong and Edward Buzz Aldrin became the first humans in history to land on the moon on this year, this day, this month.
So you want us to tell you the year and the month?
On this month, this day, this year. Like you have to get me the exact date. No Googling, Cleto.
October 10th, 1969.
Oh, that is of course implying that you believe that there was a moon landing.
Right. Exactly.
Yes, there was a moon landing. It
Just
was
clarifying it out there. Okay,
Yeah.
wait, hold on.
Honestly, I didn't think it was October because I put this date in my film Millie and Jerry, because it's like Jerry appearing at the sands on the exact date. So I would get, is he right?
Wait, well, what did you say, Eric? October
I
what?
said October 10th, 1969.
October 10th, 1969. What about you, Nunzio?
Well, I know it's 1969, but the number that's coming to my mind, because I had it in my Millie and Jerry poster, might be July 23rd, but I'm not sure.
Okay,
But I know
July
it's 1969.
23rd, 1969. Okay, so Eric said October 10th, 1969. Nunzio, July 23rd, in 1969. What about you, Cleto?
Okay, let me ask him. Leto, without looking at your phone, when was the moon landing? When was the moon?
Make sure you let him know that's implying that he believes that there was a moon landing.
Okay,
Which, do you believe it? I'm just curious.
he says we never went to the moon. So he's
There
just-
you go. And maybe that's the right answer.
That's why I
Everybody-
said that's
qualified.
Yeah.
The
Do you
Earth
have any
is
people
flat.
believe that this was a Stanley Kubrick project, that he directed the lunar landing in London?
and according to media outlets, certain media outlets out there, the set was done in Nevada, right?
There's no
There,
way.
some people think it was done in London.
You seriously don't think you went to the moon?
No.
Okay, all right. With that,
Some
Anyways.
people think it was on a soundstage, and this is why. Because when you look at, and before you announce the winner, when you look at the video from that day, everybody says the Earth has the moon has no atmosphere. Yet the flag is at full attention. It's almost like it has an erection. It's just straight up. Now, how do you get that if there's no wind and no atmosphere? The other thing is, when Armstrong went ahead and he got out of the capsule and he went straight down, there was like a poof of dust from his feet that came up in the air. But yet when the lunar landing took off to leave, there was no dust from all of that propulsion of jet fuel and energy, no dust. So that's why people say we never landed on the moon.
That's not the only reason.
Interesting.
I know there's other reasons. The other thing is like there was like a force field up at that period, and there was no way anyone was going to get through the force field.
There's a lot of
many
other
reasons.
There's a lot of other reasons why people don't believe that we went to the moon.
All right,
What's
right.
your reasons?
Yeah, what's yours?
Well, look at the press conference after the moon landing, and you see the astronauts, and they're like so out of like. Just look at the press conference, but the technology that we had back then to go that far into space, and the technology that we have now, like we've never been even close. Like the space station is just like barely like at the atmosphere, like I don't even know what it's called, but it's like barely in space, the space station. And to go to the moon with no technology, and then to come back, like the percentage of the chances of actually landing in the right place and then coming back up and then getting back, there's no way. It's like it's impossible. I can't explain it right now, but it's impossible. It was just a space race against the Russians. It was a hoax. It's a hoax.
What about the three women that did all those mathematical computations out of that movie that explained how we got there and back?
Huh?
Did you ever see that movie where the three women are doing all those mathematical computations, the three African-American women, and they explain how they got us there and back because of the computations they did? They were like little geniuses.
I remember that movie. I didn't see it.
No. It's impossible. It's impossible.
So
Well, and if that's the case, then how can we fly through the sky on an airplane?
here, yeah, that's true. How?
Yeah.
Hey, but there's only one thing I have. One thing I have, and that is,
Who won the raffle?
yeah, I won the raffle.
Yeah, who
No,
won
hold
the
on.
raffle?
No, I'm saying, why did they suddenly stop pursuing the moon? It's kind of like the
Oh,
USA.
yeah.
It's kind of like
As
the USA did
Americans,
this. Right,
we do one thing and we kill it afterwards. We never
yeah.
stop.
Right,
But we
right.
only went to the moon one time,
But
right?
Hey, put it this way, Jorge. Put it this way.
I haven't finished
When
my
we
thought
ran the
yet.
mile in under 4 minutes, everybody ran it.
I haven't finished my thought yet.
Yeah,
So what I was gonna say is, it almost seems like we shot a basket, we won the game, time to move on to other stuff. Like, and that was it. And that was what, 40 years ago or so, almost 40, 50 years ago. So that was it. It's kind of like, oh, we just, whatever, we did it, we're number one, blah, blah, blah. Moving on.
Why don't we go back today?
Why didn't we go back the year after?
Why-
No,
Yeah,
why
but-
didn't Russia go back the year after?
I'm not talking about Russia, but you know what I mean? That's my only thing. But anyways, getting back to the winner here. Oh, Cleto. Anyways, okay, forget the implying now. What was your dates?
He said it didn't happen. So
No, I know. I just said it never happened, but I don't remember the date.
he can't win. He's disqualified.
He's disqualified. You're disqualified. Okay. Again, Eric said October 10th, 1969, right?
Yes.
Nunzio said July 23rd, 1969. And Nunzio, you were pretty close. It's actually July 20th, 1969.
Oh, he wins.
Well,
Or do you have to get it exact?
you kind of had to get it exact, but that's pretty close.
That's cruel.
Yeah, and again, I only knew that because I put that date on a poster.
All right, you can either. All right. I think we'll let him win. What do you think, Eric?
Yeah, I think he should win because 3 days. I mean, come on.
That's pretty close. That's pretty close, Nuzio. You know your history pretty well.
Thanks.
I still had to look it up on Google.
It was the 20th, right?
Yeah, July
Okay.
20th. All right.
Okay.
So
This is the
wanna-
only thing. Oh.
Huh? What?
No, the only thing that I was gonna say is look up the press conference after the moon landing and
I want. Yeah. Okay. Tell me about that.
No. I'm not gonna tell you nothing. Just Google, just on YouTube, look up press conference, whatever, after the moon landing, and then
Tell-
tell me what you think of, and then just,
Well, tell me why I should. What's in there that's going to spark an interest?
bro, they are so like, you know, you would think that after such a monumental experience that they're like, yeah, like it was amazing, it was harrowing, like we didn't think we were gonna do it, but we did it. It's the total, like, that's what I'm saying. It'll be a shock factor if you see it. It'll be a shock factor. Think about it. The most monumental, like, ever thing that human beings, one small step for mankind, one giant leap for what, you know, I don't even remember the thing, but it was such a big event. And then you watch the press conference after it. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think after it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I'm halfway there, a believer, and halfway not a believer.
I'm
Just because
50-50 on this too.
yeah, because some of the things that you said, Nunzio, is correct, and then also Cleto said one thing too. So, and that seems to go with a lot of professionals' opinions.
Yeah, I just don't understand the purpose of sending a man to the moon anyway.
Well, you know those two scientists, Neil? No, is it Neil? Black dude
Armstrong?
right now?
Buzz
No,
Aldrin, Neil Armstrong.
no, the black dude right now. He's a scientist. He's on the History Channel.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah, Neil deGrasse, the crab, whatever. And then there's the other
Neil
Chinese guy.
deGrasse Tyson.
Okay, yeah, you understand. But the Asian guy, what's the other, Mr. Hakido, the Asian guy, Asian scientist? You know who I'm talking about?
No.
He's also he's on the same channel, History Channel. Anyways, they were asked directly if what they think about the moon landing. They never have a straight answer. They never give a straight answer. They just go
I
around
got it
about
on
it.
right now.
And they're not going to do that.
Well, you know, there was either Buzz Aldrin or Neil Armstrong. Which one was the first one that got out the door? Was it
Neil.
Neil Armstrong?
Yeah.
Neil. Some little girl once said to him, and it's on YouTube, she asked him something about the space landing, and he goes, honey, we never landed on the moon. But then he denies it now. But there's like, that's also on YouTube. Honey, we never landed on the moon.
Interesting.
And then I said to people, what about all of those things that blew up in the air and we lost those people? And some people believe that there was never anybody in those rockets. That it was all
July
BS.
20th?
But no, not July 20th, but later on.
Yeah.
You like Apollo, was it Apollo
13.
11?
No.
Apollo 13.
Yeah.
13.